This functionality check will serve as your benchmark as you improve your ability to do a toe touch reach. How to improve your toe touch even if you're busy. Most common complaints about stretching is it's painful and irritating. Once you're done with your stretch, aches and soreness is more than what you are expecting. So stretching is not really fun and motivating enough if this is the case. You couldn't even do it again sooner since you are just too sore after the last stretch. What's more, your purpose and your goal to be more flexible seems like just a dream instead of a measurable one. You are confused, and most of all, you don't have clarity how to make your stretch effective and result-oriented. Clarity or rationality to any goals is foremost beside being consistent. By listening closely and watching first my video on 3 ways to stretch yourself the right way, it will help you kickstart yourself and understand better and make any stretch very effective, efficient, and most of all, achieve the result that you wanted. Perform and test yourself with this following functionality check. This is a better, safe, and accurate form of knowing how much flexibility you have with your hamstring. This eliminates the participation of other joints that happen when doing the straight double leg bent over toe touch reach. In addition to the traditional toe touch reach, the spine and pelvic rotation is involved, giving you an inaccurate measurement of the hamstring length. Make sure to check yourself before and after the next stretch technique. This functionality check will serve as your benchmark as you improve your ability to do a toe touch reach. All muscle is related with each other. Stretching only the targeted area is not going to be effective. Involving other muscles around the area of stretch interest is the best approach. The following stretch is the part 2 of how to improve stretch toe touch. This is a great way to stretch the whole line of soft tissue right from your head and all the way to the back of your lower leg. Start by comfortably sitting halfway from your office chair. Make sure you are not sitting too far forward the edge of your chair. If you are using a chair with wheels, make sure it does not move away from your back by leaning it on a stable wall or against your heavy office table. In short, you need a chair that stays put and under you while performing the following stretches. Sit tall and looking forward. Start moving your head down. As your chin touches your chest, that's the time you will move your upper trunk, followed by the rest of your body. Your hands and arms will travel down between your knees, going all the way under your chair. As you reach your end range, hold for 2 seconds before you gently come back up from a starting position. As you rose up from the ground, reverse your movement by starting with your trunk moving away from your thigh. As you raise your head halfway, immediately move and follow it up with your upper trunk and your head. 1 repetition ends with your trunk back on your starting position. Bonus tips. This is regarding postural awareness. Common mistakes and common habits that we develop due to the usual uninterrupted sitting behind a computer screen is the loss of control, and also a loss of connection between your head and your trunk postural position. Do you do this kind of habit? Do you do this kind of habit? Instead of keeping your chin slightly tucked in, the chin becomes in charge and start jutting out away from your chest. as you lower yourself on your chair. Coming up, the head is still in charge. Head move first before the rest of the body. Usually, this is an unconscious habit which proves that we really are changing to be a part of a chair or to become a chair. To simply correct this, imagine that you have an apple between your chin and your chest throughout. What you want is for your head to move along with your body instead of always leading and exaggeratedly extending. So you are going to move as a whole. Why you need to avoid this? Extending the head habitually is not only ugly, but it repeatedly shortens the back of your neck, reinforcing the common position that you spent behind the desk with a computer screen in front of you. If you want to restore your own posture, which is a good posture, you have to limit that habit, or better, avoid it. This is unhealthy and a major cause of neck pains and headaches. More about postural awareness topic in the future. How do you progress from this seated, slow motion diving stretch? Chairs have a base or supporting structures underneath. To help yourself to slowly stretch further, hold on under your chair and reach down. Pull yourself down a bit further for 2 seconds before returning back to the starting position. Here, I am using a massage table as a chair. I grabbed something underneath and I gently pulled further directly under my seat. Just a reminder, this is a preventive and an effective exercise. This is not the way to alleviate a current injury if you have one. Make sure you know the difference between pain and good stretch. This is a primal movement that you should be able to execute even when you are an elderly. Going under your table or chair to pick up a drop pen should not be a big deal for you at any age. The only limitation is when you experience pain as you perform this stretch, or you have a present injury that has not been cleared by your medical doctor. Now we go for your hamstring. Double timer stretch. I call this the double timer stretch. First of all, this is a very convenient stretch to do in your workstation. You can either use the floor or use a low stable stool to elevate your leg. So, it's a double timer since you are going to stretch 2 parts of your body, the hamstring and the calf, or the gastrocnemius. So let's begin. As you face forward, all parts of your body should follow. Both toes are directed forward to optimize your stretch. If you are having difficulty, then start with a minimal stretch until you are able to comfortably position. This small details is crucial to be safe and specifically stretch the right muscle. Some of the instructions are the same with my part 1 video. Everything is squarely facing forward, and bending happens at the fold or crease between your stretching thigh and your abdomen. Rounding your back or upper back is a waste of time. That small stretches you feel is more productive than a large and painful movement. After the stretch to the hamstring, the next position actually brings you to another stretch of the opposite calf. One set of these stretches is 2 parts of your lower body. To complete the whole cycle, just switch your legs. Limit your repetition to 4 to 6 reps and do it more frequently throughout your day. Same with the seated diving stretch. An optional stretch for the calves would be using a yoga rope or a belt. Here I use an exclusive belt from Stretch Space. This is also a very active isolated stretch technique style, or AIS style. You're actually going to put the belt around your foot. You bring your toes actively towards you or your straight knee. Then the belt and the rope job is to assist you to stretch further, especially at the end range. Common mistake is to completely rely on the rope to stretch. Then it becomes again a passive stretch instead of active. Activating your TA or tibialis anterior, which is the muscle in front of your thigh, to move your toes up towards your knee will disengage and relax the calf that you are targeting, or actually the opposite of the TA muscle, creating more length as you use the belt or rope to additionally further the stretching force. By turning your foot and leg outward or inward, you could stretch different deep areas of your soft tissue fibers along your calf. Stretching in 3-angle position will enhance the mobility of your ankle joint motion. While doing this, you will also sense how small details and changes in the angle can influence the stretch in your calf muscle. This is done while seated, and a great way just to wake those calf muscle up and increase your lower body circulation during or after a long hours of sitting in your office chair. Most common mistakes with this stretch is relying only with the belt or rope to stretch. I just repeated that. The benefit you get from doing it passively is not optimal. You don't want to waste your time. You want to stimulate your muscle and pump back your circulation from a sitting, stagnant position. So move those muscles and get a better recovery. Please refer to my video, 3 ways to stretch the right way. Stretch is just less than 2 seconds hold. No stretch should be held longer than 3 seconds. Keep the stretch pause short and keep moving gently and slow. Proper self-stretching can be done as long as you are consistent and regular. If your range of motion is below 50% of your full range of motion, it will be very hard for you to do your own stretching. A combination of self-stretch and one-on-one assisted stretching will be better and faster to gain more length. And as you become more flexible and reach the ideal length, it is much more easier to do your own regular self-stretching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell, and also turn on the notification. Thank you for listening. This is Jace Lee. I am an active, isolated stretch practitioner.